I will be recording this session, so it will be made available in a recap that I send out to everyone that is in the meeting, as well as made available on a YouTube channel that I've created with all of the class sessions that I am running. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat or save them for the end where you can unmute and we'll have a question session at the end of the class. I should only keep you guys for about a half hour, so it's not that long. But out of respect for everybody in the group, please make sure to keep your microphones muted. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. So obviously, Clients for Life has taken on a lot of changes. Taken on a lot of changes over the last few weeks to better accommodate the current situation that we all find ourselves and our clients find ourselves in with regards to COVID-19 and sheltering in place. Some of the best methods that are already available to better increase, and we have, I at least, and some of my colleagues in my region have stats from agents that are doing things like incorporating videos and supplementing the emails in ways that we're going to go over today to really not only increase the open rates, but the engagement that comes out of this. Remember, Prospect Square has two systems in it, the Clients for Life system and the market reports. Both run on separate email channels, significantly for the fact that it means, sorry, I'm just going to turn my phone off. That way it allows for the market reports. Let's say you're working on a transaction with somebody and they're getting area reports about their community from you. Well, after that transaction's over, they may find themselves uninterested in that and unsubscribe. Since the Clients for Life section's on a separate list, they won't have unsubscribed from that. Just like the InTouch stuff is on a separate list, so when someone unsubscribes, they don't unsubscribe from that as well. They'd have to do each one individually. And we've found over the years we've been doing this, people don't tend to unsubscribe from the free stuff as well as the community information that's being provided in these systems. The best assets, especially in times like these, are for your business to, or this, the best plan, I should say, for your business in times like these are to be able to cement yourselves as a community figure so you can retain your audience and your sphere beyond the whole transaction to transaction base, but make sure that they see you as someone as a valued resource for the community as well. So all that said, let's get into Prospect Square on our CB desk, which quick overview, we've got all our tiles. They can be moved around based on need. If you're ever missing anything, go ahead and click Add App. You can see everything here. And if you remove anything, that's where it goes. Nothing's ever deleted off of this page. I'm going to go ahead and go into my account. You guys, when you click on it, it'll jump right into your account. I just have this little thing here because I manage a few different regions. I'm just going to go into my Carmel office real quick. And here we are on the dashboard. When you get to this page, just a quick overview, you've got your total number of reports sent, how many people are being contacted, you've got your stats, as well as frequently contacted. And then this is where you can utilize, all of these kind of relevant details to see how your campaigns are performing and decide what steps you want to take. Specifically, if we're looking at, for example, you can look at Clients for Life over a different period. You can look at all kinds of stuff, but I digress. Let's go into what we're talking about today, which is right here on this menu side, Clients for Life. Now, I do want to stress before we get started in here, always, always, always update your profile. Make sure that things like your headshots are up to date, the content in there, if there's any links for YouTube channels, social media accounts, all that kind of stuff. It's always good to re-reference that, especially right now. It's a great time to be auditing things like that to make sure there's a sense of consistency amongst your brand and all of the messaging therein. I'm going to go ahead and, Every time you change anything, make sure you hit save and close. I'm not going to make any changes. I just wanted to bring that up. We're going now into the Clients for Life section of Prospect Squared. Everyone will see, at least in our region, we had our email go out today. So obviously you don't want to, you wouldn't resend this right away. It went out today with a handy little list. For those of you that haven't seen it, it looks like this. This is just for example, Silicon Valley. So it covers a pretty wide stretch of territory in this example to give a really good, heartfelt semi-community related message to be able to provide clients with resources to both support people in their region as well as themselves. What I really recommend doing, there'll be a few of these coming out in the future. Just like with any campaign in this system, the second they're up here, you'll see an edit option or an opt-in if you're not opted into the campaign. So for example, I can opt into that. This obviously isn't going to be the May campaign, but it will update as the studio and the company figures out what all these things will lay out to be. But as I noted, you'll click on these, you'll see an edit option, the beginning of the month, which will allow you to go in, or in our case, let's say in a couple of weeks, you want to reblast this, you can hit resend campaign. Either way, what you will land on is this section right here, which gives you the subject for the email. Don't worry about the intro message. Don't really send those. You don't really need anything on top of this system. It looks weird. Click edit, and that will bring you right into the heart of this email. It works the same for all Clients for Life emails. You always get right into the system with this great big editor right here. And you'll see the main message, and then this is the link out that it's going to. You can double click that, see where it's heading. If we want to change the message here, so I'm going to say, for my case, I'm going to say click to view the let's do and I'm going to hit OK. Because as we can see, this is a nice big broad subsection. And what I'm going to do is add a ton of my own resources to the mix to make it, again, more personalized for the clients that I have receiving it. And that'll help you guys stand out, again, with the capture rate, the open rate, all of those kind of things you'll see increase. One of the biggest things I recommend doing, one of the easiest things to do, is add video. I did a great example for you guys here, and I uploaded one. It's unlisted on my channel. That way, not everybody that goes to see it to my page can see it, but I'm going to grab a shareable link, and I'll play it for you guys in just a sec. But what we want to do is, let's say we're going into this. I really like the message that's written here, and I'm also going to add, let's say I'm gonna put my video before that. So I'm gonna move this right here, put my cursor in the center at the top, and I'm gonna go embed YouTube video. I'm gonna paste my YouTube URL right there. Not going to show any suggested videos at the end. I don't recommend doing that because that can get your clients lost in YouTube. We want to keep them right here. Autoplay, up to you. Show player controls. That can allow people to scrub, do things that if you want to start at a certain point, you can make it responsive by being able to change the height and width. I don't recommend playing with that. If you want to change the size, as I will show you, we can add the video here. It comes in to fit at a nice real size. If you want to make it smaller. Hey everyone, this is and as we can see, that'll start like that. I'm going to go ahead. If you want to make it smaller, you can click on this and change this, let's say to 480. but the properties won't remain constrained, so you would have to adjust that on your own. So again, I don't recommend doing it. I'm going to leave that the way it is. Autoplay obviously would start it right out of the gate. You can always see what some of those settings look like if I take away show player controls. Add the video again. Let's go ahead and whoops. Added it twice. If that ever happens, to delete something, this is a great example. I'm going to go in here.
As an edge, I'm
going to click my cursor right in between the two, and there it goes. If I hit delete again, it's gone. I'm going to add it back in. Erase that, erase that. Okay. And you can see when you take away the player controls,
hey everyone,
all you can do is play and pause. More videos, I believe, is only from your page, so you don't have to worry about that. Video is huge because it allows people to not have to read your message. They can hear it from you. Keep them short and sweet. I rambled through this. I literally shot this. Yes, I shot it this morning, and I wanted to clean it up a little bit. I didn't get a chance to, but this isn't something that should be super scripted. You want it to be conversational with your clients. Right now is, like I said, the time right now is this to kind of feel that, we're in this together. We want to communicate to everybody that we're here for them. We have great resources available, blah, blah, blah. They should reach out to you. I'll just give you an idea of what I see.
This is an edge. I wanted to take a few seconds here and reach out to everyone, see how you're doing. I know you might have seen an email or two come out from me over the last couple of weeks. It's felt like months now we've been at this shelter in place, and I just wanted to pop in and see how everyone's doing. I know you're used to getting monthly giveaways, activities. I normally send out an activity guide around now, but obviously things have changed. COVID-19 has become a large part of the globe's life, and I wanted to take this time to instead send out a collected list of resources, activities, things that I think are really fun that can help keep you entertained and try and maintain some sense of positivity throughout this, right?
So you get the idea. Communicate to your clients, give them a sense of what you're including here. We've seen some agents get up to a 20 to 40% increase in their response rate, and then thusly for giveaways and things like that, when those resume, they get a huge entry rate, which then boosts their chances of winning. There's all kinds of great things that we can do. Like one thing we can talk about here is you could include, like I said, we can include local resources. So let's say I've got one, this rideoutthewave.org. I could talk about this and drop that link in here, and we can say, I could even just copy this just to be quick to show you guys an example. Whoops. I'm going to put this right down in here. Oh, all right. Well, it won't let me copy that text because it's an HTML. But let's say I put here Santa Cruz County needs your, right? We've got the message. I could use all of this to be a link, or I could choose to say, click here to find out more. I'm going to click here, and then to add a link to something, all we would have to do is click on this little button right here that looks like a chain link fence. You can also hit Control L, as you can see on the shorthand cut. Doing that will bring up our URL page, just like when we're putting in the YouTube account. Copy that URL, paste it right here. Display text is going to be click here, and then there we go. We've added a link to this email. Another great thing that we could do, let's say you've collected local businesses that are open. In my video, I talk about making sure, in all of my classes too, I talk about making sure that your marketing is like cyclical to provide content that pushes everybody back to your main source, which is your website. So this obviously incorporates my YouTube channel and my Prospect Square mailing list that I'm reaching out to. And I'm reminding them in that video that I've got some resources I'm including here. I'll link to a few businesses that are open that during shelter in place that we want to support. And I remind them that they can find a full running list of current resources available on my website. And again, the main purpose there is it drives traffic back to a hub where your website is your biggest lead capturing tool, especially if it's being run through InTouch. Then there's a million and one ways that everything gets contacted there, sorted through the same system that you can then funnel people in and around. Another great option here would be I've got an email that I had sent out to my agents in my region that had links for games and things like that. You could even recommend games by copying stuff like this. Put that into the system. Oh, geez, it always wants to erase the whole thing. Well, it doesn't copy nicely, but let's say we, same kind of thing though. You would put whatever the information is. You want to build I mean, the main thing I'm getting at is we want to build a valued resource for your consumers to not only use once to see, visit. I mean, that's the whole point in this program is it engages everybody on a warm level. And in this case, we want to build a resource that becomes reoccurring. They revisit this email over and over again because you put all kinds of great content into it, along with utilizing this broader list being put together by the company to allow them to revisit it, see your branding, see your information over and over again, drive them to your website to see this information again, or your Instagram where you're updating all kinds of bits and pieces of trivia information and resources for your clients. So then when we get out of this trough, you've been on the top of their mind the whole time and you can resume business as normal and the traditional contact as normal. Once you're done with everything, and the email is ready to be set, you hit OK. It will go out to Primary Sphere by default. If you want to check any other groups, feel free to do that. Add any other new contacts, feel free to do that. Change the subject, feel free to do that. Once you hit send, it will go out. When it is before the mailing date, you'll have an option to save it, and then it will go out on the date pre-selected, or you can choose to move that date to a different one if need be. The supplemental campaigns are not editable. And that is it about editing these campaigns. I'm going to open it up to questions and kind of let you guys fire stuff at me in regards to anything that you might have. But that's really it about editing. There's not too complicated of a task you want to throw at this. It's like I said, it's meant to be a little bit more casual. It's a little bit more conversational, especially given our current environment. You want to be a valued resource. So that a ton of times, that's what this whole thing is anchored around, providing a item that your clients can revisit. Again, there's I talked about doing the same kind of thing in InTouch. You can touch that base there, get another one here. This is all built to drive people, again, back to your website where you've got a running list of things about your community or activities or whatever it may be that provides that resource. Obviously, you can just send these, have them go out as is, and it will do some sort of a job at least to touch your clients. But if you really want to see exceeding value come out of this, put a little bit of effort into it. My best agents that are leveraging this program do things like throw in a video and incorporate all that kind of stuff. I'll send mine in the recap to this to all of you so you guys can utilize it to get yourself started. And as I say in all of my other classes, though, be yourselves, be you. You've got all the resources available to you guys to be able to succeed in our current environment and just provide the value your clients are looking for. So I've got a question in the chat here. Where do you go to edit clients for life? So I am in Prospect Square because this individual got in a little late. I'm in Prospect Square, and then once you're in that tool, you go ahead and go into the Clients for Life section in Prospect Square. And then on a current campaign, like the one that was sent out today, you can go to resend campaign, and that will allow you to edit the email prior to you sending it out as a reblast. In our case, if you wanted to send it out again next week or something like that to be a little bit more tailored, or you wanted to wait for next month, they become available to edit usually that first week of the month. And then you can go in, edit that new email, and have it ready to go whenever the next date is. It's usually they're editable the first Thursday in the month, and they go out the second Tuesday. Are there any other questions, guys? Feel free to unmute yourselves. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. By all means, I'm here to assist.